Hey guys, so glad you're back. Today I'm in my bathroom because we're not gonna deal with all that noise. So let's jump into it. Um, First things first, I know you noticed me looking all cute and stuff. Thank you. I have on a polo collared shirt and a beautiful pencil skirt, and let me tell you why. Because I want to know if you're up for the challenge, right? So I am embodying a new character. Yes. But yeah, so we are embodying a new character. Why? Because let me just jump into it. And I'm gonna tell you why it's gonna work for your life as well. So I noticed when I was young in the corporate world, I definitely um was received well because I dressed like this in business suits, etc., etc. And I definitely had a different type of quality man that was attracted to me. People were more willing to give me money. People were, always like at my feet, like, what do you need assistance with? How can I help you? How can I be a resource? And I noticed, like, ever since I have been, excuse me, ever since I have been doing my fitpreneurship, etc., I have completely shunned away from a business attire, a business. Like, I kind of was so excited when I jumped into fitness because I was like, oh, this is perfect. Like, creating a career out of this because I get to look like shit all the time, right? Literally, I couldn't make this up. Like, now this is coming from a 28-year-old. I'm 36 now, so of course I have matured and grown since then. I have experienced the world differently, which is giving me this new idea that I can bring to you today, right? So, a ponytail and wearing fitness clothes is cool, but how many women actually get up and wear fitness clothes and don't even go to the gym or have a workout routine? And that's completely their business. But at the end of the day, I am more than just a fitness coach, right? Like, I literally consider myself as a business woman. Like, I like to be taken seriously. I'm a business professional, a fitness professional, but I'm still a business professional. So why am I not showing up like that? Why am I not embodying the character that I want people to receive me as? Which comes to why people are not my people, right? My type of client is not receiving me in this light, and a lot of times, unless I'm getting a referral, I wasn't attracting the type of woman that I wanted. If you notice, I have corrected my words twice, right? Because I'm not going to identify what was happening in my past because I'm identifying with this new character, right? So that's all was. It's all past tense. So, but I don't identify with that. It goes back to, back then I was in the club, I was in the streets, I was running the streets, and of course those were the type of people who were attracted to me, right? But it doesn't suit or serve my business when I don't identify with that lifestyle anymore. I don't even identify with that character. So the lifestyle and the character has changed, but but how I present myself has not. So I'm sending mixed messages because I'm trying to tell people, hey, no, I'm this. I want you to notice me as this. But you're showing me revealing. You're showing me hot girl, bombshell. The everyday girl, casual girl out here, and that's not who I am. Like, I am a true business professional. I've definitely worked so hard with my dialogue, my vocabulary, how I present myself in certain rooms, and I want to be read correctly, right? So I want you to show up this week with where you're going, right? So your end of year goals is to actually who knows? Like, let's say your end of year goals is to lose 12 pounds. Well, more than likely, that's probably going to put you into a smaller dress size, right? So instead of buying new clothes where you are today, when you have intentions to actually lose 12 pounds and to drop a dress size, why don't we just start there? Why don't we already show faith and buy a size 10 because you don't want to be a size 12 anymore? So if we're going to make a purchase and actually upgrade our wardrobe, why don't we start with where we want to be? I definitely did that for when I was losing weight, when I was over 200 pounds. I definitely was like, oh, nah, like I'm not buying any more 16s. I want to be at a 910. I'm going to buy a 910. And that's what I did. A lot of women, like when you're looking for a quality man, going to the club, going to the bar, these are not the places to find them, right? You're not going to find a loyal guy most likely there. You're not going to find someone who is not chasing other women who, you know, is spending their money correctly, throwing money to strippers or whatever the case may be. You're not going to find a guy who wants to settle down and be a family man in these environments. So what it is that we are wanting to attract, I strongly believe we have to show up and embody these characters, right? And you have to believe it. Like, as I am dressed like this, I know I'm a businesswoman. Like, I don't need people to tell me. I have the organizational skills, I have the business skills, I have, you know, everything but the image. And with that, I've noticed like women showing up, you know, on a budget, trying to get a lifestyle transformation. And it's like, what? What? But I also realized that, hey, you're attracting these women. You are sending off, I am like you. And no, like I am so far from that, right? I'm so far from that mindset where I don't see the value in investing myself. I don't, like, I have to be convinced to be healthy. Like, no, absolutely not. Like, women I like to work with, like, they know they need help, right? They know and they don't mind investing in their future because they believe in the process and they trust me. And I don't have to nitpick and harass you and hound you to make your payments because you are financially able and ready to do what you got to do to get what you want. And I found this to be imperative to my journey to show up differently, right? To show up and embody the character in which you are going to attract the right clientele. So today, I'm going for, and let me just say this, I don't like to iron at all. And of course, you know, a lot of blouses and business attire suits, you have to iron. So I said, you know what, cool. I'm just going to set aside, while I'm dressed on Sunday, I'm going to set aside, you know, a time where I steam my clothes and I iron my clothes and I prepare for the week. And I'm going to get up a few minutes earlier just so I put myself together and I am poised and I am postured in a way where I am received in a manner where people are not thrown off when I say, oh yes, this is going to cost you $1,400 for this plan. You see? So I want, in order for us to be taken, especially as an ethnic woman, I definitely see that this is quite important because we already have to go the extra mile. We already have to show up and go out of our way to actually send the messages that we are wanting people to receive in the manner to be taken seriously. And I find it to be quite beneficial for where I'm going, and you will too. Now, I want you guys to come back on this video in a week and let me know. Tell me how, or the responses, or what you attracted, right? Tell me all the things that, watching the timer, tell me all the things that happened differently and how people responded to you, because I'm interested. I know it works. So anyway, let's dive into this workout and I hope you really enjoy.
All right, guys, so no judgment. I am looking extra fluffy this week because it is my menstrual week. But anywho, notice I am using a crate. I'm not on a bench because I am increasing my range of motion. I highly recommend as a beginner that you use a bench or some type of chair that is a little bit lower than your hips. So you don't have to be this low, but I do because I've been training for a while and I really want to focus on my quads and extending my range of motion. I am focusing on my quads by putting the volume in front, holding that barbell in front so that I am getting more intentional contractions in the front of my thigh. Now, guys, this is a full body workout. So next I am hitting my shoulders and my glute muscles with a reverse lunge, and I am obviously doing shoulder raises. So I will extend my left or right arm out to the side, depending on which lunge I'm doing, whether it's left or right. So if I'm lunging on my left leg, being the working leg, I will extend my right arm for more balance and stability. Honestly, with this particular exercise, I did not have the best form. I don't feel as strong as normal on my menstrual, which is normal. So yeah, but I'm just going to focus on what I can do. All right, next up is very beginner friendly. I'm going to do some high knee raises weighted. So I'm holding a 10-pound kettlebell and I am simply hitting that lower abdomen region where that fupa loves to sit. Honey, no more mommy pouches. No more mommy pouches. So I'm performing, I think, about 8 reps per leg. And then I'm going to transition into hitting the back of my thigh with RDL. So I'm just going to hold the kettlebell with an overhand grip. Make sure that my torso is completely straight as well as a neutral spine, which is the neck area, extending my hips out so that I feel it in the back of my thigh. All right, next up, you will need a pull-up band, and I want you to pay attention to my posture and my form. So I am simply taking the band, increasing the distance by pulling it apart, right? So while you're doing this, I want you to focus on your back muscles. You're going to have to be intentional about thinking for this muscle group in order for you to feel it here. Now, I know you see that sexy definition in my arms, but yeah, stay focused, guys. Stay focused. I am simply pulling apart the band and I am contracting my back muscles like so. And guys, with each exercise, it's so important to make sure you are bracing your core. You are actively engaging those abdominal muscles. All right, so honey, we cannot finish a workout without hitting the glutes, not for full body. So I have a light and extra light band on, and this is not necessary, especially if you are a beginner. But if you've been exercising for some time, please don't be afraid to challenge yourself. Use those bands so that you can get the definition and the sculpt that you want. So I am actually hitting my gluteus maximus and my medius by turning my toes out when I'm hitting the medius, and they are facing the wall in front of me when I'm hitting the maximus, which is the largest muscle of the glutes. And honey, you are going to get a real nice burn, like a real glute pump. Okay. All right. So lastly, we are incorporating the plank, and I love to do this as a beginner, like a love hate, but I challenge myself as a beginner with no background in fitness to plank every morning. And as my strength improved, I was able to go from 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 45 seconds to 60 seconds. I see a lot of people not achieving the body that they want because you are incorporating too many exercises. 5 to 7 exercises max will give you the beautiful body you want as long as you stick to the plan for X amount of weeks before you hit that plateau. Then you'll switch it up. So I hope these tips were able to help you and propel you in the right direction to take the steps you need to get started. Until next time. Now, don't forget to come back to this video and let me know which character you embodied and the type of responses you received.